Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel and another beautiful, sunny, gorgeous day here in Brittany in northwest France. If you're new to the channel, I'm Jane. My husband Mike is normally behind the camera, but I'm filming solo today. And every Sunday we open our lives to you and share an aspect of our thrifty, frugal and money-saving life from the cottage here in Brittany in northwest France. Take myself into the shade, it's so bright and sunny. And here on a Sunday, we share the things that we do. It could be heating our house with firewood. It could be looking after the land ourselves. Today, it's all about our garden. Now, we get asked this question all the time. Are you going to grow vegetables? Are you going to grow vegetables? Are you going to grow vegetables? Of course, people can ask that. They think if you're saving money, it's something you're going to do, isn't it? So I need to tell you a little backstory and let me tell you all about it. If you're new, you may not know that we bought this house in 2019, renovated it because it was derelict and the land all around was completely derelict. And to you, just looking at it like there, you just think, what a lovely garden, isn't it green? This, until the end of the 1960s, was a working quarry. They cut and dressed stone here. And then until the end of the 1980s, the building here behind you was a sawmill, and it made boxes and it cut wood and there'd be wood stepped around, and this was yards and buildings. And then it was left from the 1980s until 2019 when we bought it, and it was just completely derelict. It took a JCB, Americans, you would call that a big machine with a backhoe, a very big machine, 20 days to clear the land. And we're just starting to form a garden. We're just starting to put in borders and hedges. We're just starting to put in shrubs and plants. And because it was a quarry and there's no soil here, it looks green, doesn't it? But there's at best an inch of soil. So anything that we plant, we have to make raised beds, and that has a cost implication. And right now, that's not in our budget. But oh my, my heart wants a garden. My heart, my soul, my personal aesthetic wants this place to be beautiful. So I have made a start on that personally. Me, I've done it. So I've started a garden, and what I've had to do to get some structure in that I can actually plant anything at all is I've had to make hugelkultur beds, even just to grow shrubs, because there isn't even enough soil to grow any shrubs. Scrape off an inch of topsoil, you've just got gravel and sand. That's it. So what you're going to see this week is me making my first hugelkultur bed and the first part of the structure of my garden. You can see it here behind me, and this part of the garden this year underneath these beautiful oak trees that we have here has been really where we spent time in the shade, and it's the immediate part by our house. And that's what you're going to see me do this week. Take a look. Well, here is the start of my shrubbery, of my border. If you're new here, you may not know that we really do not have much soil in this garden. It might look soily, but that is it's a centimetre or two of it. That's it. There's nothing there. This is just, the land used to be a quarry, so there is no soil. So as you can see here, along the edge of here, I've dug down, I've put in all the old logs, and I'm going to fill it up. And I am going to make myself a hugelkultur bed, and over time that will all rot down, and I'll put these here, there and everywhere all over the garden to start the structure. That's our barn, that's our woodland, and that's the start of it. So the beginning is you put in all the rotten logs, and the next I'm going to put larger pieces of rotten wood in there, smaller pieces of rotten wood on top, and then I'll start putting all this organic matter on top and wood chips and just keep going with it. And it'll be about 30 to 60 centimetres high in the end, so about 1.5 foot high, about the same height as the wall. So I'm going to get on with it. It might look cool and cloudy here today. It is ridiculously hot here today. Okay, that's the bottom of it done. All the wood is in, all the small bits of wood is in. I am now going to go right around my garden, get every single bit of organic matter I've got, from wood chips to grass cuttings to anything I've got, to pour into this. And I'm going to show you that when I've done it. So there it all is. You can see the wood is rotting down. There is the first of it. I'm going to even it out a bit because it's a bit lumpy bumpy at the moment, but I'll have a go at that and then just keep adding stuff to it. Luckily, around the garden I've got wood piles like this, and in the wood piles I've got chipped wood, and you can see if I come down here it's really decomposing really well. And this is the next stuff that's going to go into my hugelkultur bed. All of the wood chips that I can find, and I'm going to keep digging them out. There's quite a lot here, and I'll get as much in as I possibly can and keep going around the garden for more organic matter that's around the garden. So there we go. 8 wheelbarrow fulls of composted wood brought in. It's bringing it down to its level. See, it's nicely broken down. I'm going to spread that out and then get on to the joyful spreading of several bags of horse muck. And let me tell you what I've done to the bed so far. You saw I put rotten logs in the bottom. I put small pieces of decomposing wood in over the top of that. And then I put several layers of even more decomposing wood and mulch and so on and so forth. And then I put a layer of decomposing wood chips over the top of that. And then over the top of this, I've got many bags of completely rotten down, decomposed. It's basically composted horse manure. And I still don't have enough material. I have now run out of organic material, so I had to buy bags from the DIY store. Compost was between 8 and 10 euros a bag, so I needed 10 bags. I couldn't afford that. So I bought soil improver, which is basically cheap, not good quality compost, but it's compost. And that's what I'm going to get on next. It looks quite cool again today, doesn't it? It's not. It's just as warm as yesterday. It's one of the reasons I'm not on camera. Well, not close up on camera. I'm a smelly, sweaty mess. So there it is, compost, a few inches deep, rotted, composted, horse manure under that, rotted, composted, wood chips under that. So I have a deep enough mass now that I can start planting my shrubs in it. So it's going to be a lovely shrub border here. It will grow really quite big. It's going to give some structure to what we call our top garden. And this part of the garden under these big oak trees here is where we've sat a lot of the time this very, very hot summer. So planting around this area is going to take it from being just a wood yard to being our garden. And I'm going to start and get some plants in it now. I know people are going to ask me what I'm planting. People have given me all of these plants. It was so generous of them. So this one is called a hibiscus. This one I'm probably not going to plant out yet. I don't think it's strong enough, but that's a lilac. This one's definitely strong enough to go out. This one's a viburnum, something like that. They all flower. This one gets very big. So it might go in here, and after about 2 years it'll have to come out. That's a berberis. And this one is a hebe. This one has lovely little, it'll either flower purple or flower white flowers. Back to this one again, is a hibiscus, lovely pink flowers on it. So there they all are. So I might find an alternative for the berberis. I'm definitely going to find an alternative for the lilac. Don't know if they're going to make it there. And all small plants here. Or I'll show you what the deer do. The deer come in the garden and they nibble all this bit off. They nibble all the bark off, and then the plants all die. So the fact that this is, oh, I got down, can I get up again? Oh, hang on. Right, oh yeah, we're up, we made it, don't worry. So because this is closer to the house, these might survive without the deer nibbling them all. Because I had euphorbia, which are known to be poisonous to humans, cats and dogs. But I had euphorbia in pots down near the river because it was shady and cool down there for them. And I've just noticed half of them, they've all been eaten. So something must be able to eat them and not snuff it. So there we go. So these plants are going to go in. I'll put them in. And then I had to do a load more barrowing and shoveling to get mulch on this. And I get it all watered in. Still warm. So here is my finished bed. You couldn't see me finish it yesterday because it started raining, and as I filmed with my phone, I didn't want my phone getting wet. Now, all the way over in the distance, tiny dot there, is Mike at our water source.
We're very lucky. We've got a small pond on our land that collects the water. So we've got a pump, and that means that James can use the pump to water the garden over there.
To here, and oh, there it comes. And that's the water from out of our water source. It's what we call a seeping spring. And now that's coming through, I'll be able to get this all watered. We really hope that you enjoyed that. And to answer that question, are we going to grow vegetables? Yes, we are, in the future, when we've done a bit more to the garden to put a bit more structure in. And by structure, I mean things like trees, shrubs, borders, those type of things. And it's work in progress, and it is happening. And we're enjoying every little bit of this adventure. And who knew that I would ever turn out to love gardening as much as I do, and I really do. Thanks everybody, for all of you who've watched the video. Thanks everyone who hits the like button. It really does help the channel grow. Thank you so much to everyone for all of your lovely comments, and we read every single one of them. Until next week, bye!